Good God. What the hell was that? I've got to get some fresh air. November 7th, 1981. It's been less than 24 hours after the horrific event that's taken place with Valentino. I can't help but see it, replaying over and over in my head. I watched it unfold on the CCTV, live in my office at VA Partico. I thought some sleep would help dim the thoughts, but I was far from right. I had a dream, well, more of a nightmare, where I found myself in the back room at Party Power Pizza. I saw Valentino, screaming and bleeding out before my very eyes, reaching out for me. It was so much more detailed than the CCTV. I could see every single spring lock in that suit snap into his flesh. I heard his bones snap and break into bits. It felt so real, too real. I say that as if it didn't happen. So here I am, 2 AM, on my porch, unable to shut my eyes without seeing that sight. I suppose tomorrow won't be better. We'll see. November 8th, 1981. Last night, I talked about the strange nightmare I had involving Valentino. I suffered the same nightmare tonight, except it was a little bit different. It played out the same. I was in the back room of Party Power Pizza, unable to move. Valentino was in front of my eyes, dying, being crushed, drowning in his own blood. Before I was nearly in reach of him, he stretched his arm out, I stretched mine, and our fingers almost touched. This time, we didn't seem as close. I'd been moved a small amount away from him. It was a very small amount, but it was enough to notice. The lights also seemed darker than before, slightly flickering with every spring lock that snapped shut. I hope this doesn't continue for much longer. I'm sure in a month's time it will all blow over. I can't afford to lose sleep when I have a business to run. December 13th, 1981. Again. Over and over, I keep getting these damn nightmares. It won't leave my head. The base concept of it always remains the same, but things have been slowly changing, and things get added as time goes on. The room has become much more distorted. The lights constantly flicker. The first Cortez's face has turned twisted and grotesque. The suit's become much bloodier, and Valentino reaches out more desperately than ever. I've been moved much further away from him, that reaching out is just hopeless. Recently, I've also noticed a second figure, standing behind him, that has slowly been emerging from the darkness. At first I couldn't tell who it was, but now I know. It was Danielle, Valentino's girlfriend. She stood still, staring at me. Unlike Valentino, she's not in pain, she's not screaming or pleading. She just stares at me. She has something in her arms, something wrapped up in a blanket. Is it her and Valentino's child? I'd almost forgotten that she told me she was pregnant. Did I take away the father of my future grandchild? November 21st, 1982. I don't know what to do anymore. I've tried so many things to stop it. I've tried sleeping pills, sleeping earlier, sleeping later. Nothing works. Every night, without fail, I have that nightmare and wake up at 2 AM. Valentino reaches out to me. I stand further away from him. Danielle stands and stares at me. Everything is always getting more distorted. This time, right when Valentino is reaching out to me, I heard tires screeching, followed by a loud crash to my right. It caught me off guard, mainly because nothing that loud had happened yet in these nightmares. Then that was followed by the sound of somebody choking to my left. Finally, right behind me, I could hear screams of agony. Not as loud as Valentino's, but loud enough. I could feel two different hands grab at my shoulders, practically ripping at my skin. I couldn't see who it was, but I had a feeling I already knew. I woke up, barely able to stand up. I went to the bathroom to look in the mirror, and there I was. I'd never noticed how pale I'd gotten. My eyes had big bags under them, and was bloodshot from my lack of sleep. I'm so tired. Please let this end. November 5th, 2022. 40 years. I've been dealing with these nightmares. These sleepless, horrific nightmares. For 40 goddamn years. It has always been something new. After a while, Billy's death joined the nightmare. That must have been about 3 decades ago now. I remember seeing him walk right into the room where Valentino had fallen prey to his demise. Billy fell to the same fate. Watching my little boy scream for help, reaching out just like his brother. It broke me. Of course, another thing that was added was fire. I started smoking about 12 years ago now. The room would be illuminated with fire, burning around me. Tonight I saw something new. As usually it was nothing special. However, I hadn't seen anything new in the dream for a long time. The room began to fade away. I was alone, surrounded by the dark. Nothing but black for miles. It was so quiet. I couldn't even hear the ringing in my ears. Was this death? Was this dream telling me the end? If I'm gonna be honest, I hope so. I crave it. I crave the sweet taste that is the end of my days. I dare to not live in this world anymore. The things I've done, I will always be held accountable for. The death of my sons, the death of so many others. This disgusting plan of which I've lived my life. I hate it. I'd hoped smoking would kill me faster, but here I am, still alive. I know what's coming next for me, but I'm going to make sure I die before it happens. I, Victor Adrien, will not die for the sake of a plan. I will die for the sake of what I've done, and... I've only just realized. Tomorrow would have been Valentino's 64th birthday. I'm sorry, Valentino. I wish I did better all those years ago. I know you can't hear me, but I mean it this time. Happy birthday, son. I hope the next time we meet, it will be in a better place. You, me, and Billy. Please forgive me. Sweet dreams, my boys.